Hey everybody, it's Angie, and I'm coming to you from my kitchen today because I wanted to show you some of the dietary swaps that I make so that I can lower my cholesterol. I find that on the low cholesterol diet that I eat, it is practically impossible to put on a pound. So I'm pretty sure that if you ate a low cholesterol, heart healthy diet, that you would pretty much lose weight. So I'm just going to show you the top swaps that I make to my diet to reduce fat. Okay, so the swap that was hardest for me to make when I first started on my lowering my cholesterol diet was to cut out mayonnaise. Now, I started doing this over 20 years ago, and back then there was no alternative to mayonnaise. You just had to cut it out cold turkey. Today, though, there are so many alternatives. So, what I have in the house for my kids and my husband to eat is the Hellmann's canola oil mayonnaise. Now, Original Hellmann's has for 1 tablespoon serving size, 90 calories and 10 grams of fat. Okay. Now this olive oil one, for the same serving size, 1 tablespoon, has 60 calories and 6 grams of fat. So that's great. They also make a canola oil version that has even fewer. That has 40 calories and 4 grams of fat. So if you love mayonnaise, you can keep eating mayonnaise. They don't taste exactly the same as Original Hellmann's, but that's okay. What I ended up doing is quitting mayonnaise cold turkey, and I ate mustard instead. And while I love mustard, what I love on my sandwiches these days is wasabi mustard. Now, don't be confused at the grocery store. There's wasabi mayonnaise as well. You don't want that. You want wasabi mustard. This is terrific on a sandwich. Now, this is a serving size is 1 teaspoon, so we could triple the calories and fat to get the equivalent of the mayonnaise. So even if we triple it to equal the same size as the mayonnaise, that's 30 calories for this versus 60 calories for this. So this is half the calories of using this. So it's 1.5 grams of fat per tablespoon versus 6 grams of fat per tablespoon with this. All right, so that's my sandwich mayonnaise swap. Now the other place that you use mayonnaise is to make tuna salad. And I actually stopped using tuna a few years ago as well because of the mercury thing and my kids, and I use canned chicken. But what I put in my chicken salad now, instead of even the lean mayonnaise, is I make it with Greek yogurt. Now this is a fairly sour flavor, but you have to add more spices to it to make it taste good, and it will never taste exactly like mayonnaise, but you add a little vinegar, a little garlic powder, salt and pepper, paprika, and it's pretty darn good. I'm used to it and I love it. So for the nutrition information on this, so it is 8.75 calories per tablespoon compared to 60 calories. All right, so yeah, okay, I'm gonna eat this. And this has no fat. This is 0 fat. So it's a great swap for making your tuna salad or your chicken salad or what have you. So that was the first one. The second one is soda. Now, this is not so much for my cholesterol. I just don't drink soda. But I'm throwing it in here for you if you're trying to lose weight. So this tiny little can, which is 8 ounces, not deceiving, isn't it? 8 ounces has 110 calories and no fat, but the sodium in here is 45 milligrams. And the sugars are 29 grams in this. What I drink instead is what I call a cranbub. And what I'm going to show you today is that I use this no sugar added, 100% juice, ocean spray, cranberry, blueberry, blackberry. Now, because of those dark berries, this will have a ton of antioxidants in it, which is really good for you as you get older. Good for your skin, good for your whole body. All right, so this has, for an 8-ounce serving, 140 calories. So you're thinking, wait, that's more than the soda. But the thing is, I'm only going to use a 1/4 cup of this. So the drink that I'm drinking has 35 calories, 8 grams of sugars. All right, and then I fill up my cup, 8, 16 ounces, doesn't matter how much, I can drink twice as much, with this Poland Springs sparkling water. Now you don't want to end up with the Poland Springs soda. This is a sparkling water. And the nutrition on this, it has 0 calories, 0 fat, 0 sodium, 0 sugars. It's basically got nothing in it. It's air liquefied in a bottle. So this is great. And it's twice as big, and you're getting the antioxidants. So no brainer there. All right. My poor family, they never get to eat red meat anymore. I cut out red meat completely. So, how do I make chili hamburgers, lasagna, anything that you would use ground meat in. All right, so the ground beef that I happen to have in the house is this Omaha steak package. Now these are pre-formed hamburger patties, and I only have this because someone sent us a gift basket for the holidays. I normally don't have ground beef in the house ever. So this is, the serving size is 4 ounces on this. And so for 4 ounces, it is 290 calories and 23 grams of fat. All right. Now, if you still want a really good beefy flavor, you can opt for ground bison. Now, bison is a meat that I really like. I don't serve it that often, but when I'm having other people over for dinner who aren't used to the taste of ground turkey, because I make everything with ground turkey, sometimes I'll slip in some bison just to make it a little more beefy so they're more used to the flavor. So the bison, which is a free-range animal, because it's free range, it walks around and it doesn't develop as much fat in its system, which then isn't passed on to you. So the bison, also a 4-ounce serving, has 190 calories and 11 grams of fat. And as I mentioned, what I feed my family for everything, I use this to make everything I listed: hamburgers, lasagna, chili, anything that you would normally use ground beef for, stuffed peppers. I use ground turkey. And I look for the 94% lean. So the ground turkey has, for a 4-ounce serving, 160 calories and 7 grams of fat. So that is quite a reduction. 290 for the beef versus 160 for the ground turkey, and for the fat, 23 grams for the beef versus 7 for the ground turkey. So that is a swap that I am happy to make, and I love the flavor. The next swap that I do is for butter. Now, butter is one of the big things. If you have high cholesterol, you really shouldn't eat it. So here's the butter that I get for my kids. And this, the nutrition information on this is that the serving size is 1 tablespoon, and it has 100 calories and 11 grams of fat and 120 milligrams of sodium. So what I use is the Smart Balance. And actually, I have to say, because it's softened in the tub, my kids use this too. The only thing we really use butter for now is baking cookies at Christmas time. And you know what? It's Christmas, so full butter is terrific. So in 1 tablespoon of this, there are, what does that say, 80 calories. Its total fat is 9 grams and 90 milligrams of sodium. So that's great for my family to use. I really don't put any spread on my bread. I like, you know, if I'm going to eat bread and have it toasted, I'll just eat it plain. When the butter comes in a restaurant, I just don't put the butter on. I like to dip my bread in olive oil, or if there's hummus or something lying around, I'll dip my bread in that. Okay, so for sandwiches, the place for calories to hide is in the bread on your sandwich. Now, you may be thinking that you're eating the healthiest sandwich out there because you're using some low-fat turkey and a lot of lettuce and tomato and not putting mayonnaise on it. But if you are using a big, chunky, puffy bread that's full of sugars, you are not doing yourself any favors. So this is a bread that my kids love. It's the white and wheat swirl, and it helps me to get some wheat bread into them, which is great. But for you, the serving size on here is 1 slice. So everything for this, you have to double it because you're making a sandwich. You're going to use 2 slices, right? So the calories are 110, so you double that. So it's 220 calories added to your sandwich. 3 grams of fat, 8 grams of sugars. All right. So what I like to have for my sandwich is I like to roll it. So I get these Joseph's, what are they? Flax, oat bread, Lavash breads. They're big and rectangular. So the serving size is a half of one of these. Tricky. So we have to double it. It's 100 calories per full sheet of this, and 4 grams of fat and 0 sugars. It has no trans fat and reduced fat, high protein and reduced carbs, and it's got omega-3s in it. So this is really good for your poor aging body. And what about the good stuff? What about the sweets? So these are the cookies I happen to have in the house. These are peanut butter cup cookie dough. This is the kind that it's frozen. You just drop it on the cookie sheet and you can have a cookie whenever you want. So these are so tempting and awesome, and they're really yummy. But 1 cookie, okay? 130 calories, 7 grams of fat, 120 milligrams of sodium, and 10 grams of sugars. I am a huge chocoholic. And at the end of the day, when I'm starting to get a little sleepy around 3 or 4 o'clock before I have to go in and rattle the pots and pans for dinner, I get a craving for just some nice little sweet thing. So what I have are, where are they? My dark chocolate peanut M&Ms. Now these are certainly not a diet food by any stretch of the imagination, but the way I make it into a low cholesterol food is that I only have a few. Now on here the serving size is about a 1/4 cup, but what I do is I just portion myself out a little handful. And I try to have 5 or 6. So let's try to do some easy math that we can divide easily. If this is 18, let's go with 6. Okay, so if we divide the full serving nutrition information by 1/3, what it comes out to is 73 calories, 4 grams of fat, and 6.5 grams of sugars. So it's like half. So I find it a lot more satisfying to eat my 6 M&Ms. And then, of course, the other swaps that I make are, instead of potato chips with my lunch, I have an apple on the side with my sandwich. And for my afternoon snack, I will usually have a cup of yogurt or something. All right, so those are the healthy swaps that I make to help lower my cholesterol and that you could make if you want to lower your cholesterol or lose weight. Now, I am going to do some recipe cooking videos. So in the meantime, I wanted to just let you know that there are recipes on my blog, which is at www.HotandFlashy50, all one word, .com. So if you want print-outable recipes that you can see online, check it out. So thanks for watching and take care. Bye-bye.